me feeling like I'm academics.
Stay up. I'm light drinking right now. I'm not drinking all the way, but we're cooling, right? So if you guys don't know, it appears that Kanye West had some comments to say about Camron. And these comments, Camron, Kanye West, was really because Camron responded to something about Kanye. And let me kind of go back to that to see if we could get a backstory. So the backstory on what Kanye said about Camron starts from here. Well, this is one of them, but this ain't fully it.
When you on these, I think Cam can get his meme game up. Like me and 50 definitely is like part of the modern internet and shit. When you on these shows, like nigga, use me, bro. Like
By the way, I know people, a lot of y'all gonna say, "Oh, Kanye's crazy. Kanye's this." Let me tell y'all this. One thing I do respect about Kanye, he's having off-camera conversations on camera. Let me just say this. Because I know some of y'all be like, damn, he sounds like he's out of it. I know you think a lot of these celebrities are really cool. They're very human, just like you and me. And if they've made hundreds of millions of dollars on the internet, they're on the internet, even if they don't post. They have these conversations just like you and me. They just don't do it in front of a camera. So, for example, he's basically making a joke saying, yo, I think Camron got to get his meme game up. Or get his memes from me and 50, because we be killing it. Cam, celebrities do talk like that. They talk about petty nonsense that you, the audience, and us, the fans, talk about. I'm telling you, I talk to them, and we talk about that bullshit. When I'm talking to them, we talking about, yeah, that nigga lame as hell, yo. Man, that nigga always, every time he tweet, this should be some corny shit. Yeah, that's us clouding Meek. But, by the way, I have no problem with Meek. That's our friend. But, yes, yo, celebrities talk like that all the time. They don't do it in front of a camera, right? The way how Kanye talks is like he knows the camera is there, but he's still talking like the camera not there. And to fans, that's alarming because Rihanna, I haven't heard Rihanna say a solitary singular word in 5 years other than Fenty Beauty, okay? I didn't even hear her say free Rocky. You know what I'm saying? She just showed up and was just like, taking pictures and went in there and hugged her guy. Good for her. Beyonce don't talk so much. They started a rumor saying she couldn't read. I don't even know if she's illiterate or not, but some people say she intellectually, she ain't, I don't want to get done like, exactly. A lot of these people, they don't speak, right? Kendrick Lamar, he ain't trying to talk. Like, you don't know what, everybody thinks they know Kendrick. Nobody knows what's his humor like. What's the conversations he has when he's texting in the group chat. Kanye is giving us all of him. Pause. Like, he's giving us exactly what he would do if he didn't care about, which I guess he doesn't. He doesn't care about the image, right? So I know some of these conversations are like, what the fuck is he talking about? But he's talking like every other celebrity, okay? Just in front of a camera.
Internet and shit. When you on these shows, like, nigga, use me, bro. Like, fucking whatever you gotta do, Cam, you gotta get your memes. Like, me and 50 got, like, niggas gonna run our clips and shit. My real life expresses people's actually way they feel about shit.
Okay. I'm trying to find the full thing. I don't know if I can find it. By the way, shout to it's like a back and forth with Cam and Ye. Cam became critical about certain things with Ye. Like, for example, he was kind of critical about the interview with me and Ye, but he was complimentary. And by the way, Cam, salute to you, my brother. I pray, I look up to you. You've been one of my favorite rappers. I always thought you violated Jay-Z when you hit him with the swagger jack of this song. I love that shit. I hope me and you never get into it. I support you, and I hope, even if I ever criticize you, it's with it would hurt my heart to have to go at Cam. Trust. I love Cam too much. I might have to just take an L publicly to Cam if me and Cam would get into it. But Cam actually spoke positive about me, and I was actually really happy. And yes, that's my fandom coming out because I really enjoy Cam. And I don't think I've interviewed Cam. Cam, I got to sit with you. I don't care if it's Talk with Flea. I don't care. I really want you on my podcast because I think we almost got you on not off the record, Everyday Struggle, but I don't know what happened. But anyway, we love Cam.
Here, but this is what he's been doing. You got to think about Kanye probably got the most wildest quotables from the time he said, "I don't think George Bush likes black people." It just was on CNN, so it ain't look crazy. He's been wilding for years, and I think that it just looks worse because of the platforms that he on. He doesn't have the platforms that he gets to usually get on. You got to think about this. He did an interview a couple years ago on Drink Champs. They had to take that in. His outlets are getting smaller and smaller and smaller to where people don't want to give him the actual outlet for him to be heard. So even let's think about this, right? His outlet, he used the Justin kid to be his go-to. If Kanye could still be on these outlets on national television, he would never reach out to Academics. He would never reach out to Justin. He would never do Drink Champs. He actually.
That's an interesting point I was thinking about. Would Kanye reach out to any of us if, who knows, let's say, I don't know, it was these late night shows or whatever else, these bigger platforms, I guess, if they were like, hey, Kanye, come up here and talk to us. I'm conflicted because I actually think he would, because I don't think that Kanye is reaching out to platforms like me, Drink Champs, and Justin LaBoy because nobody else wants to talk to him. I think nobody else wants him to say what he wants to say. And that's why he gravitates to people that will allow him to say what he wants to say. I guarantee right now, I know, Ellen's not on, right? I don't know what like big TV show or whatever is the thing. Or let's say Joe Rogan, right? But I really want to use like mainstream outlets. Or I mean, that's mainstream, but like linear TV. If he said, yo, hey, I want to apologize for my comments about the Jewish people. I was completely out of line, and I want to make a formal apology, and I want to explain that I wasn't in the right headspace. I guarantee any outlet would put him on for him to say that, right? What I think a lot of these outlets check out of the Kanye West conversation is that they're like, wait, you want to do what? Like, for example, I went to go see Ye. Ye says I'm wearing my outfit. I think a lot of places would have said, yeah, we're not doing that, buddy. We're out. Our sponsors align with these people, da-da-da-da-da-da. And one thing I got to give him a little credit for, I think Ye realizes, you know, only independent outlets are going to allow you, within reason, obviously, because we're not going to sit there and watch him behead somebody, but to at least give his opinion, even if we don't stand with every thought he has, right? Anyway.
To go where he could be seen and is getting more quiet. But as far as what he said, none of that shit surprised me. This is the shit he been doing. You got to think about this. You know why Academics was really brilliant for that interview? Is because you got to see the act. If you watch that video from the beginning and you got to see the whole. I said what he said, he didn't mean it or wasn't passionate about it. But Academics filmed driving up to the hotel, coming in the hotel room where Kanye doesn't have on the KKK shit. He's talking normally. He's talking just fine. He's saying, hey, man, yeah, let me go put this shit on. You all black. But he's talking absolutely fine. Then when the cameras are rolling at his break, he turns into Ye. Then when the interview's over, he goes back to, hey, man, yeah, we got to catch.
Okay, so he said that like about a month ago when we actually did the interview. And there was a conversation about, is it 24? Yeah, there was some conversation about the Cousins track as well, right? Let me see. Is it this? I gotta make sure. No. Okay. There was conversation about the Cousins track. I'm trying to say what Ye said. Damn, a lot of people don't repost what Ye says, do they? Oh my God. Ye calls out Camron. I think we had posted it on our page, did we not? Again, I just want to show it in sequence of what was said, right? Okay. What did Ye say about Camron? I know he talked about Boosie. Let me look on YouTube. I usually can find everything on Twitter. Ye response to Camron. Yeah, I can't find it. But he said something to the effect of, that pretty much he did like Camron, and Camron was, a god, right? Maybe I can search that and find it, right? Yay, Camron, God. Yay, Kanye, Camron, God. Is it this? No, that's down and out. Oh my God, I can't find it at all. I think, they have heavily, sanitized and limited the reach of anything Kanye says. I can't even lie to you. Because look, Kanye's way more popular than Camron. But if you search Kanye and Camron, what Kanye responded, what Camron responded is way more popular than what Kanye even said. It's like you can't even find what Kanye said. All right, anyway, just take my word for that. I like to play it, but just take my word for that. I don't want to keep looking for something that's going to be hard to find. If one of my chat niggas can hit me in the DMs, send me that, please. And here is what Camron said today or yesterday about this entire thing. Hold on.
Man. He's still your son, that's my nephew. That's your son, that's my nephew now. Get your son under control, man. What we doing with him? Is he disowned, or are you gonna have a talk with him?
I might have a talk with him. I might have to have a talk with him.
All right, so we not disowning him.
Nah, I'm not just yet. Not just yet.
All right.
I'm gonna fly to California tomorrow, man.
All right.
See where he's at, man. Cause we gotta talk, man. I don't like what I'm hearing.
All right, nah, that's all good.
You hear what he said about you?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. Because I don't usually talk to niggas who suck dick. Once they suck dick, I don't go back.
Nah.
I don't go back and forth once you admit you suck dick. That's just me. That's what I'm trying.
That part ain't my son.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are we doing? All right, that's what I'm asking. Because if you giving him a pass,
I can't give him no pass.
I'm not going back and forth.
I didn't hear all that, but
we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I gotta walk away.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing was about. I was just like, I know how you stand on business. I didn't know if we had, it was what's it called, the intervention. If you was gonna have an intervention.
I was trying to have the intervention, but I can't stand.
All right, it might have been a phase.
So what Cam is saying.
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know what I've said before. Once I heard Frank Ocean said he ingested and digested a penis, I just couldn't listen to his music the same. It just hit different. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Kanye is Kanye. And not only is Kanye, the mere fact that if this happened or did not happen, this was some shit that happened as a child, of course, it's going to make for easy jokes in the interim, but I don't believe that I'm going to judge Kanye for that admission that he used to give his cousin head for life. I don't think so. By the way, I think we could also realize Kanye said a whole bunch of shit. And whether you think he's telling the truth or lying, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just a Kanye pass. And it's not because I interviewed him. It's really it's like a GOAT pass. Like, Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. and this is just me. This don't got to be y'all. That's why when people are saying, yo, he's an anti-Semite, I'm like, listen, I got no comment on that shit, but I'm not stopped listening to his music. Kanye's one of those people, I think no matter what he does, I'm still going to check out the next album. I'm still going to bump his music. And even if my comments about him only state to the music, there's mad people I'm like, if they did X, Y, and Z, fuck the music. Ye's one of those people, yeah, okay, he might have sucked a dick. I'm still going to bump, can't tell me nothing. All right, well, he said he's Hitler. Okay. Still going to bump through the wire. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. And I know some of y'all stand on business, right? Like, y'all be like, nah, I can't listen to that shit no more. I don't stand on business like that, okay? So, while I might not agree with some of them shits, I'm still going to listen to his music.
His whole phase is up. He can have his whole phase deleted.
Listen,
that's what Drea said.
No, you could delete being a hoe, what Dre said, but Dre ain't a man who sucked dick. That's what I'm saying. Listen, if you like it, I love it. I'm following your lead on this. This
is uncharted territory.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I'm laughing only at the fact that they're laughing so much. Yo, you ever see some niggas cracking up so much you start laughing at them? Not even what they're laughing at, but you're laughing at them just laughing that much.
These are conversations we never had in hip-hop. This is uncharted territory. Please forgive me for all my response. I don't know what to say on this. I gotta pray.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, real quick, just for context, can I read what he said? Because the audience is probably like, but what did he say?
Yeah.
Because I want you guys' reaction. So, Ye, in a deleted tweet, he said, how Cam say I'm doing anything bad for Chicago? Chicago loves me. I love Cam. It's niggas like you that had me shook to release the song, but I ain't scared of y'all type of niggas. And thank you for making Dipset. You're a god. And fuck you, by the way. And I got on my $2 million Dipset belt as I tweet.
Yeah, that's why I asked him, like, because you know I usually handle stuff like this. This is why I'm asking you. Was this still your son? Because it's my nephew. That's why I'm asking you. What are we doing with this? Do we leave it alone? I'm going to leave it alone till May Salisbury what I have to do with this. That's all I can say, man. I'm leaving it alone, man.
Here.
Okay. Interestingly enough, Cam last year mentioned a story about when he chilled with Kanye and Marilyn Manson during the Donda era. And this was his, by the way, this was the picture that came out of it. Look at Cam. Why Cam got that nigga, if only you know what I seen type of shit, right? Is this Julia Fox? Holy shit. Anyway, this is that story.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I went to, this was probably like 3 years ago. And I went to see the nigga Kanye or whatever. His office in Beverly Hills at one time was a cave. It's just fire in there and shit. It's just mad. Was you with me, Larry? You wasn't with me. Who the fuck was with me, man? I don't know who's with me. It's just like 4 fires in the It's like a 15,000 square foot. It's not an office. It's like a warehouse, and it's just fire going. And you acting crazy with niggas, not crazy, but like weird. Like Marilyn Manson was there, and a bunch of people.
Marilyn Manson.
I got the picture. It's like I'm in a picture of me, Marilyn Manson.
I need to see that picture.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson he had a makeup on. He's fat now and shit. No disrespect, Marilyn, but you gained weight from the shit. And it's like, yo. So I know the nigga. I'm like, what are you doing?
I hope you ain't in here whopping. Nigga cut through all that. Yo, I hope you ain't.
Why they just laughing like this, bro? What's going on?
Niggas just saying you acting crazy.
Yo, what the fuck is we doing in here, bro? And then they serving dinner on the shit about as big as this desk here, but the portions literally like So he see me.
He's in medieval times.
He see me. You know how you can't play these games with a nigga. You know, he's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on in here, man?
Wait, hold on.
He's in medieval times.
He see me. You know how you can't play these games with a nigga. You know, he's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on in here, man?
Yeah, don't have me on no camera. That's exactly how
So he's like, yo,
yeah.
no, man, you know, just he don't see me in there because it's dark. So you see how he's talking to other people like, man, this world is crazy and this and we got to get this shit together. So I'm just looking at him from a distance like,
you wait for him to snap.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Chat. That's this picture. Look. This is how he was looking at it from a distance. Look at this picture. This is how he was looking at it from a distance. Like, is this nigga serious, man? Yo, I imagine, Cam was probably just in a corner like, yo, AOB. Yo, Cam was gonna have this moment right here. Yo, I don't know. Every time, like, I be bringing it back to Paid in Full. This right here. This moment right here. This right here. This right here.
Must got you niggas shook. Calvin. Come on, man. What the fuck is you want to Calvin hose me? Nah, oh, get that nigga out the car, man. Get that bitch out the car.
Oh, man.
how you can't play these games with a nigga. You know, he's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Yeah, don't have me on no camera. That's exactly how
So he's like, yo,
yeah.
no, man, you know, just he don't see me in there because it's dark. So you see how he's talking to other people like, man, this world is crazy and this and we got to get this shit together. So I'm just looking at him from a distance like,
you wait for him to snap out of here.
And he see me like, oh shit, Ken, what's up, my nigga? Yo, what you got going on in here, man? Oh nah, nigga. This is my little shit. We be vibing in here and all that. Yo, cut the shit, man. Where the lights at? Now I don't want to eat. You hungry? I'm going to get full off this shit. Yo, this is my masseuse over here. He travels with me. You could take her. I don't want your masseuse. What are we doing in here, my nigga? Why is it so dark? So when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's like one of them type niggas, man. But if you see if a nigga that know Aaron Rodgers,
he'll snap out of it.
He gonna snap out of it like, yo, Aaron.
We need Charles Woods in the one of them to run to.
What you keep running around with this earth flat shit? Like, you got to know the right person to make you snap out of that.
Yeah. Wow, that was an
that is interesting. So basically, he's saying that Ye is like this. Like, Ye is smart enough to know who to do what in front of. Basically, like, he'll be like this. I would imagine some of the stuff we're seeing on streaming. And by the way, I think what we're talking about, I got it right here. Shout out to my nigga Grand who just sent it to me. And post on the burner. Here we go. Hold on. It's about to post. Oh shit! Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it was a clip. Like if you've seen those, like Kanye on Digital Nas stream, I completely get what Cam's saying, because Cam is like looking at him like, yo, nigga, we knew you from like back then. I wonder if there's video of them doing Down and Out. Camron talks about Down and Out. If you guys never heard that song, fucking classic song. Camron tells a story about the night in DC. Nope. Camron, Jim Jones. Nope. I want to hear the story about. Let me see.
Yeah, listen, man. I was mad at Kanye for a long time till I got the Rockefeller, man. Before I got the Rockefeller, and he played this beat for me, and I'm like, oh, nah, I want that one. I wrote the song that night. Did the song. I said, cool, we gonna work the paperwork out and get this together. 2 weeks later, maybe a week later, I hear H to the is O, V to the is A. Yo, is this the fucking beat you just told me I could have after we wrote in the studio that night? He gave it to Hov, and I was pissed. I wrote the whole song that night, everything, and he said I could have it, and we was getting the paperwork together, and Hov dropped it like 2 weeks later. In my neighborhood, real good friend of mine was Damon.
So he knew Kanye before, I guess, Kanye has kind of turned into billionaire Ye, right? Because Ye has always been Ye, but Ye was never billionaire Ye. So I guess he's saying when you see Kanye and he's going on with his spiel, if you one of them niggas who knew him before, he'll cut it out like, oh shit, Cam in here. Damn, what up, my nigga? What's up with you? And Cam was looking around like, nigga, what the fuck you got going on in here? I found a clip too. Here we go.
Well, like,
so Kanye got on like this. He got on a mask, so you can't even see his face. He got on a mask.
CAM will like be tell me that I'm smearing Chicago, nigga. Fuck out of here, pussy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never, you niggas talking about how I can't kill nobody, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me my crackhead shit, nigga. Cause that's how I feel, nigga. This is not politically correct, man. Don't tell me shit about Chicago, crackhead, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, fuck that. No, nigga, fuck that. And nigga, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, I love 50 Cent. I love what he's doing, real. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Don't go against God, nigga. You know, I was seeing homeless people. I was like, these niggas probably like gods, bro. It's like, we ain't having that. This niggas just like, I'd rather grab a cardboard box than to deal with. It's like somebody with like Cam.
Anyway. Yeah, Kanye does go on a lot of rants, man. He goes on a lot of damn rants. But the first comment, so what I just played, what he's responding to, Camron had said that Ye put a stain on Chicago, right?
Yo, and I don't got nothing against gay people. Like I said, I respect the gay people that say they gay. I don't really like the people that's, when I'm talking about gay people that's hiding that they're gay in the closet. That's what I'm saying. Come out and say that you gay. If that's what you're doing, cool. Kanye been in the public eye for at least going on 20 years, if not longer. Maybe 22, 23 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And now you gay or had gay acts or whatever the point be, shit ain't working. Everything he got going on ain't seem to been working. He had swastikas. He's Hitler last month, wasn't he? Hitler? And then he was a KKK nigga about 3 weeks ago. Now he molested his cousin and he gonna do a song about it. It's just too convenient. See, you know, I remember Dame talking about Cam, you know, he's bipolar, he don't be taking his medicine. I never knew this. I'm not saying he is, and I'm not playing with people who are bipolar, I get it. I just never seen none of this shit. And I've been around Kanye for a long time ago. I lived in Chicago for about 5 years. Shout out to the West Side, K-Town, all my niggas on the South Side, the Hundreds and everything. Everybody know I stayed up in Chicago for about a good 4 or 5 years. And Chicago is one of the best towns, best cities. Mm-hmm. I love Chicago because I got New York vibes, but it was super duper violence. Don't get that fucked up. But the women were more cool. Like, it wasn't New York, like, you know, New York girls are a little rough or whatever. It was like New York vibes. I'm talking about, you know, to me, the West Side remind me of Harlem. South Side was like Brooklyn. They got trains, they have a downtown, et cetera. It was, landscape-wise, it was like New York. And I had a real good time. But, and I'm not saying nothing about the city of Chicago, but two of the biggest superstars ever, there's some molestation, nasty, peeing on bitches shit. It's a lot of shit going on with two of the biggest superstars ever, not just from Chicago, ever in music history, where there's some personal nasty shit going on. I don't know what was going on up there like that. This is before I got there, obviously, but y'all putting a stain on a good city, man. Y'all need to cut the shit, baby.
I pray he make it back because
So that was his idea or his point. He said, "Yo, Kanye and R. Kelly, they put a stain on Chicago because the things that people are now hearing about them outside of the music just make Chicago looks crazy. And them being the biggest artist from Chicago, it's put a stain on it."
This is crazy. I wouldn't do all of this to sell music. I definitely wouldn't. Like what you were saying, Killer. I believe that's what's happening, but I definitely wouldn't do this to sell music.
We know you wouldn't do it. Do you believe he's doing it?
I definitely.
Now, this idea that Kanye is doing this to sell music is confusing to me. Like, for example, let's look at this. Like, Kanye isn't dropping all of this shit even under his Spotify profile that has like 70 million or 62 million people that are consuming his music. Okay? So if you go to, like, I think the last thing that was dropped through here is probably Vultures. Yeah, Vultures 2. Now, Kanye, if you're looking for his new music, it's not under that profile. You have to just type in Ye, which is his new moniker. And when you type that in, he's a new artist that doesn't even have 1 million monthly listeners. And he's dropped 2 songs, which, by the way, they both have 1 million plays, or at least 1 million plays, World War III and Cousins. So here's my thing to answer that question of, oh, he's saying all this shit just for attention. Well, he's not maximizing it. He's not even properly dropping these songs. He's dropping it on this ancillary burner artist account. He'll leak it, then don't drop it for weeks or for some days. It don't look like he's just trying to run the numbers up. The whole idea that he's doing this to roll out music, we would see the music go up immediately. It don't really go up immediately. So I can't really get down with this idea that he's only doing it to try to get attention because he's not profiting from the attention. Is he getting attention? Yes, but he's not profiting from the attention. So I'm confused by that.
Definitely, but I think he's definitely using it to sell the music, and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, and not only that, and listen, I want him to get better too, but I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for niggas with money. Cause there's niggas with no money who getting evicted tomorrow. They don't got the rent money. Somebody died in their family, they can't pay for the funeral. Niggas gotta live in a projects where they don't like niggas on the other side of projects, niggas shooting on this side of projects, niggas up the block don't like niggas down the block. You gotta stay in that environment. Yeah, you can get on the flight and go anywhere. Well, I'm not gonna keep feeling sorry for niggas who could change their circumstances. It's niggas who stuck in certain circumstances who can't change their circumstances, but we steady giving pity to niggas who could change their environment. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
We got to stop this.
Feeling sorry for niggas who know better.
Yeah.
I like that. I could go with that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't think Ye's asking for sympathy either. I think if people want to give him sympathy, that's on them. I think Ye is telling his truth. So whatever you think about his truth, I think the only thing he's asked people for is to speak up for his kids. But other than that, I don't think he said he sucked a dick for people to be like, oh my God, we love you or you're so brave. No, I think he just, for whatever reason, this era of Kanye West music is about venting, not necessarily frustrations, but things that are on his mind. He's using music like a real diary. So we'll see, man. We love Camron. We love Mace. We obviously love Kanye West as well. We will see what happens. But, you know, I think everybody, I always keeps telling y'all this. People are now realizing, even though I think he's been showing us for 10 to 15 years, there's many different versions of Ye, but we all commit to and love one instance or one framework of what we think he is. And this is where I think fans are always grossly incorrect. We keep saying, damn, what happened to Jesus Walks Ye? Well, you don't think the guy who makes Jesus Walks, who also admits that he's a narcissist, who also admits that, you know, his mom been telling him that he's the best thing since sliced bread, at a certain point when you gain a lot of money, power, and fame, then say he's the closest thing to Jesus, and he names an album Yeezus because of his musical prowess and because he done changed the game 15 different times sonically and because he's so prolific as a musician and a producer. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that this is all the evolution of Kanye West, right? The evolution happens, and is there some bipolarism? Yes. Is there some trauma? Of course, his mom passing away. Yes. But when people say they like one version of him, that's them thinking that they could control the artist. Like right now, Kanye want to tell y'all about all the fuck shit that happened to him in his life. He want to tell y'all about him being molested or him doing whatever. He want to tell you about how him and his wife relationship is in the turmoil stage. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he's ever spoke about turmoil with Kim in the moment while they were going through it like that. Not with Amber neither. So these are all a different type of self-expression for him. And I keep saying when niggas say they like Kanye, it's like, bro, it's okay to check out of certain moments. Like right now, you might be like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'll come back when he start giving us some of this shit. But you can't think that what he's become isn't a gradual grow. The dude, like, this is 15 years ago. And we all seen it. The nigga said slavery was a choice. Kanye got a song that's called, it got 72 million views 11 years ago, Black Skinhead, with KKK right here, KKK right here. And look at the fucking hoodie. Look at the cover art. So that's when I look at people when they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he wore like a Klan outfit. Well, 11 years ago, he was telling you what he was on. You just ain't want to accept it. You were still saying, oh, nah, he about to go back to my beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy. He about to be on it. No, nigga, just accept it. And when I mean accept it, just accept that that's what he wants to do. And you could be like, you know, I don't want to listen to that shit. But when he dropped Yeezus, and a lot of y'all said that shit was classic, he was talking just like that. Feel what I'm saying? Anyway, what's this? That's some other Cam shit. All right. Okay. Anyway. I like looking at this page. Let me see. Oh, Stephen A's back. Oh, they're talking about the prank. Melissa Ford talking about R. Kelly. What the fuck? They talking about LeBron. All right. Okay. Before we get to that, what did I want to get to? Shit. Sorry, Chad. Give me 1 second. Okay. He probably deleted it. Because I think 50's really smart. He only posts shit for people to repost. And as soon as they repost it, like all the blogs, he deletes it instantly. So I believe this morning 50 Cent posted... Damn, we didn't even get a screenshot of it. Let's see, where is it? But I know it's definitely in the Shade Room. Shade Room would definitely post it. So Beyonce supposedly dropped tickets for her upcoming tour, right? And there was an article that came out that said people weren't copping tickets or the ticket sales were stalling. And let me look for that article. Which, by the way, I'm wondering how... here we go. Kicks off. Okay. I guess it was kind of like this. So, as Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour kicks off, thousands of cheap tickets are still for sale. Right? Saying some of the tickets have even dipped as low as $57.50. Now, historically, Beyonce's tickets are really expensive, and they're saying the mere fact they're this cheap is because people don't want to go. Okay, they said just months ago, a fan could expect to spend up to $800 for a pre-sale ticket to the opening night of Beyonce's concert. But in hours before the doors were set to open, tickets for the night one of the tour dipped as low to $57.50, as thousands of seats appear to remain available in resale market and on Ticketmaster. Some of Beyonce's upcoming show haven't had a dramatic price drop, but prices are falling to a varying degree all across her tour dates, with several stadiums offering up significant chunks of their seats for the night of her tour. The lower prices have generated a mix of surprise and resentment, with some concert goers online saying that this is the latest instance in which they felt frustration over the ticket buying process, as concert tickets have continued to increase in the recent years. So, 2, consumer backlash at ticketing companies. Okay, bet. So, this whole idea is that either Beyonce ain't that hot no more, or, just like how they complained with Taylor Swift, they claim that Ticketmaster is fucking up the process